Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of Radio Waves by todderbert. Today is June 1st, 2023, and I want to say Happy National Yellow Radio Day. June 1st also marks the start of the Atlantic hurricane season. To help celebrate and bring awareness of this day, I will showcase the HanRongDa HRD-701 digital AM/FM NOAA weather alert shortwave portable radio with Bluetooth and MP3 player. This day was decreed by the Radio Geek back in 2018. I've linked to his channel up there. Check it out. Nice guy. He has a fun time with radios as well. Maybe more fun than me. Who knows? But go check it out and see what you think. Very cool guy. Big shout out to the Radio Geek for bringing awareness to National Yellow Radio Day. It's absolutely amazing. So this day, I always save weather alert radio for the Atlantic, start Atlantic hurricane season, and I always make sure it's yellow and weather alert, and this one happens to have a lot more. So HanRongDa, here's the box, comes in HRD-701, pretty basic. Get some bullet points upside down. There you go. If you want to stop and view, I'll try to go over most features. It has quite a few actually for a little radio. Oh, here we go on the back. You got some specifications. Nice. Frequency range. FM goes all the way down to 64 if you wanted to. Beautiful. Got some shortwave coverage, 4.7 to 21.85. In case I forget. Should be in the manual too as well. But that's just going over that. There you go. 40 millimeter speaker. I measured about 1.5 inches. I think that's about right. There you go. Cool. All right. So that's the box to show what you get in it. So in the box, we get the star of the show, the yellow radio. Yeah. Zoom it down a little bit. Cool. It's, you know what's neat about these little radios is they're small and compact. Now you can find these on Amazon selling for right around $35 on average with a coupon. Once in a while, there's a seller that sells these bad boys at a discount down to $22, half off. Once in a while, I'll have a code. If you subscribe and follow my channel with the bell notifications turned on, I always check that guy out. If he has a deal going on, I'll post it. Now, I've done it twice, and a lot of people have cashed in on the deal. So I actually have the yellow, and then I also picked up the beige version as well. So yeah, this is just a fun radio to own. So yeah, and I also got the green one. This is the ratty though. Cool. Gives you an idea of the differences. This has got the little dial. This is digital. All right, so we're at 701. So yeah, in the box you also get the charging cable and it's a carrying strap. So here's your carrying strap. It goes on the back here. It's got a little hook point. It's pretty nice. Kind of cool. You can hang it from a tree or wherever you're at, hanging out, right? We also got the charging cable, USB to Type-C. Yeah, definitely Type-C radio. So it is with the times. Nice. We also get a bag to carry it all in. All right. This is a nice thing to have. Definitely an emergency. Have everything together. You can have like a little kit going. I like it. And of course, they give you the battery for it. And then we have a manual. I would like to go over the manual for posterity in case you lose yours or you can't find it for download. So let's go ahead and go page by page. You can freeze frame it, and I'll try to cover most everything. It's pretty involved, and if it's a little overwhelming, just skip ahead. But this is good for you guys. So yeah, this year the hurricane season is starting off quick. Looks like some storms already rolling through. So let's go ahead, just going a little slow here. So there's you can set the radio, those 4 different FM bands. And 2 of them have 9 kilohertz stepping. I'll try to go over that. That's pretty neat, though. You can do that with this radio. It has quick tune also, and quick tune is pretty important, especially on the shortwave band. And of course, weather alert is cool, and I found some neat use for it as well. I'm going to show you that. I always like finding different things you can do with your radio you never thought of. You're just like looking at it, going, "I wonder if it'll work this way." And it's always fun to discover. So of course, you got Bluetooth. MP3 player. I think the MP3 player is fun, especially if you get a power outage. You can load up some old-time radio or podcasts on there and let it go. And it runs really low power, so you can run it quite a long time instead of using your phone. Save your phone for the emergency contact. So I think I went through pretty much the entire thing. It's got an EQ mode on the Bluetooth or MP3. I wish it had that on radio. That would be nice as well, but it's ever so slight. Yeah, you may not hear it in a video, hopefully. You might be able to. We'll see. And last page, we have specifications there, as you can see on the right. Pretty basic. I think it was the same as what was on the box. Okay, cool. All right. Supports a 256 gigabyte TF card. Nice. Okay, cool. So we're done with that. There you go. Matters needing attention. All right, cool. So we're done. Accessories out of the way. Let's go over dimensions real quick of this radio. We have 3.5 inches in height, 2 3/8 of an inch in width, and a depth of 1.5 inches. Size comparison. I always like to bring out other radios. CC Pocket is an AM/FM weather alert radio. Does not have shortwave like the little HanRongDa. It does not have Bluetooth as well. It's not rechargeable unless you use nickel metal hydride batteries. So yeah, it's kind of neat how the HanRongDa does quite a bit. This also has a clock and alarm as well. This does have bandwidth filters though. I do like the bandwidth filters on CC Pocket. Nice. And 1 kilohertz tuning. I can't remember if this did 1 kilohertz. I don't think it does. But we'll play around and show you. All right. Next we have CC Skywave always in the house. Definitely showing you the difference here. Now the Skywave adds shortwave to the weather alert to give you an idea for size. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. And we have a headphone jack, which is nice. This doesn't have a headphone jack. I wish it did, but when I got this for $22, didn't really care that I was missing it. I use it all the time though. And a deck of cards in case you don't have those 2 radios. Yeah. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves National Yellow Radio Day as anyone else can. He's Iron Man with the Army Radio HRD-701 in each hand. He's Iron Man. Rock on. Boom. Okay, done. So let's go over features. This is going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, this is always the fun part. So left hand side of the radio, you'll see it says Radio BT MP3 Player. It's a little switch, which is the Bluetooth MP3 Player. So it changes modes when the radio is on. Pretty simple setup. It's got a little screw holding that on there. It says Army. This yellow is more yellow in person. I want to see, let's see if I can get it to show up. Neutral color. Yeah, it's definitely more yellow in person. Let me see here. Let's put it on the gray. See if I can get a color change. No, it's just, I think it's my lighting's really bright. But this is definitely a nice deep yellow color. In the video, it looks very light, but it's not that light. It's definitely a more vivid yellow. Kind of like I wonder what this will look like underneath here. Yeah, it's kind of like this yellow. There you go. Yeah, it's exactly like this yellow. So if you're wondering, I don't know why this is showing up nicer than this. But there you go. All right, cool. So yeah, features, we got that, Army, the Frontier tuning LED indicator. So you know it's in tune or it's searching. On Weather Alert, it's flashing. It's kind of cool because on Weather Alert, it searches all 7 channels. I'm going to bring this on downtown. Zooming on in. Yeah, it searches all 7 weather channels looking for an alert tone when it's active. We have a clock displayed while the radio is off. Let me see, I think I tap a button, light will go on. We got a 24-hour or 12-hour clock. You can set that to either or. Got a battery life indicator while the power is off. That's nice. Good to know where you're sitting. Yeah, so a nice little display. And of course, we have a tuning thumb wheel knob here, which is nice. You can tune from here or from the buttons on top. There's 2 little buttons, and I'll explain these 6 buttons. There's quite a bit there, so hopefully just turn on and have some fun on that. We got that 40mm speaker. I'll put the inches. I think it's 1.5 inches. Does that sound right? 40mm, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. I'll put it down here for the inches. But yeah, 40mm, what they say in the book. Nice. We got a little button here. It says MOD, like mod, but it's actually mode. So you tap that, light goes on. You can long press, and it'll actuate the lock, so you can't turn the radio on by accident in your pocket. So that's a good thing. It also has other features. So this is where it gets a little intense. I can use this to point in. I got my little X-Acto knife, so hopefully I don't cut anything. So that little button there, Let's see, I'm trying to find it on my list here. It's used for quick tune. It toggles the audio spectrum display, which isn't that great on here. It looks interesting, something different. When you're playing Bluetooth or MP3 mode, you tap this to get that spectrum display to come up. And it also, of course, does the lockout like I showed you. So pretty neat. We'll just go ahead. Yeah, I think I took it off. Good. So yeah, we got this tuning wheel, which works with the quick tune. The quick tune's interesting. You tap this and use the tuning wheel here, and it puts the position cursor, what number you can change. So if you're in shortwave, you can change it at high speeds by putting it all the way over, up and down the band very fast. So I'll try to make an example of that. But that quick tune is really nice, and it's accessed right from that front button and this knob. So handy. Yeah, this speaker just jams. We're gonna have an audio demo here shortly. Over here we have like a dude here with a helmet and some glasses. Soldier with a serial number. Side of that switch, tune, awesome. Okay, top of the radio we have a volume control. I think it's analog. There you go. You got 0 going all the way up to, was it? I can't see, 9. Yeah, 9. And you got to kind of grip it funny. Like this here. I don't have it too loud. Okay, cool. Then we have our antenna. It doesn't extend out too far. You got 11 inches, but it does really well for FM. I was pretty surprised. On shortwave, you want to clip a wire to it. It's going to help. Now the Raddy, this guy, the Raddy ships with a wire. But wires are pretty inexpensive. You can pick one up for like 13 bucks, like the Kato T1. And that'll give you a ton of reception for this radio. So, yeah. Okay, going to the top here, we got that lanyard hook point that I showed you. I'm going to quickly go to the back before I go to those buttons. Type-C jack, that's what we plug in to charge the radios. Replaceable BL5C battery. Here we have a micro SD card slot right there. And it said it support up to 256 gigabytes, which is quite a bit. I usually use just 16. That's enough. Here's our battery door. There's a BL5C you can take out and remove, put a new one in if it goes bad on you. Not bad. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you a little fun little thing we can do with this radio without the battery installed. Yep. That's the fun part. Discovering new things it can do. So top of the radio, you can see 6 buttons. We have a power button, a set, pause, play, band. We have a track forward and a back track. So we're going to explain these. So the power button is power, just like it is. Hit it on.
Radio.
Radio, yeah.
Fund solutions. We need to be engaging sector, the diaspora, foundations, a range of actors who have a role to play.
So there you go. Tuning light comes on. Frequency, band you're on. Hold that straight so you can see it. There you go. But yeah, we'll have a little demo here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and just keep that low for the moment. Press it again. Turns it off. Now if you press and hold, of course it goes sleep mode. Again, you got to press while it's on. There it is. So then just tap how many minutes you want. And you can go all the way to off. There you go. So you can engage it by just press and hold. Cool. While the radio's on. Next, we have the set button. The set button does quite a few things. Get ready for it. So it's this, whoops, got my exacto here. This set button here in the middle, it does, from power off, sets the alarm to wake to radio or buzzer. It also long press to manually add presets. So you can manually add presets to this radio by doing that, by long pressing. That's pretty handy to have. I love being able to manually add presets. You get 32 on medium wave, 32 on FM, and 50 on shortwave, giving you a total of 114 presets. Let's see, and if you want to access your presets, you quick tap that button, then you use these 2 buttons to navigate the presets quickly. If you tap that and you don't navigate, it automatically drops out of the preset mode. So just keep that in mind when you're accessing your presets. You have to hit the set button, then these 2 buttons fairly quickly to get to your preset before it defaults back to where you were. And then you just act as frequency tuners, which is kind of fun. I'll show that as well. So I think I covered that. Oh yeah, and this also, let's see, I think is it set? Yeah, this also covers the 6 EQ bands. So if you're on Bluetooth MP3 mode, hit the set button and it goes through to 6. And I'll try it again, show you that. We're almost done here. We're going to go through these pretty quick. Pause play, of course, is what it is. Pause play, MP3 or Bluetooth. Long press on the weather band starts the weather alert mode, which is cool. Long pressing this button also on medium wave, FM, and shortwave will auto scan and save presets. if you're into that. I'm not really a fan, but sometimes on shortwave I am, because I don't want to sit there and search forever. Band button, there you go. That's self-explanatory. Radio's on. Tap that button to change the different bands: AM, FM, weather, shortwave. Okay. Also, from clock state, that pretty much means from off. Long press it to access the 4 FM bands: 64, 76, 87, 87.5 to 108. 64 and 76 choices also have the 9 kilohertz stepping on medium wave, if you're wondering. So while the radio's on, short press change bands like I mentioned. All right, so we have some more buttons there, the track buttons. So we have forward and back. Why are they reversed here? I don't know. It's kind of confusing. They're facing each other. So track forward, fast forward, MP3 player, back, track back, and then rewind, which is nice. And when you're using the MP3 player, if you're doing like a long podcast or a long old-time radio show, it'll remember the track you're on, the track position. So if you're like a half hour into an hour-long podcast and you stop it and then turn the radio off, turn it back on, it'll remember exactly where you left off. Love it. So I'd like to bring that to your attention. Okay, we're almost done here, getting through it. Again, a lot of buttons, a lot of fun. So yeah, those let you navigate choices. And I'm trying to think of what else we got. Incremental tuning. So yeah, so this also will incremental tune. So you can go back, forward, incremental. You can also browse tune with these as well if you don't want to use the front knob. It's kind of handy. I found myself using these. So yeah, I think we're done. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do an audio demo. Then we'll go to FM, give you my FM reception report. But first, let's jam out. So I'm going to go select the MP3 player, which is all the way forward. Awesome. Then we're going to hit the power button up here. Turn it on. There we go. We'll run this for about a minute or two. And then there's the set button for the EQ. An idea. Press for time. Just gonna see if I can find some old time radio.
NBC presents Frank Lovejoy in Night Beat.
Helped him up, picked up his hat. You hurt?
No, thank you. I wasn't. It's all right. I'm quite all right.
You look a little shaky. You sure you're all right?
I'm perfectly all right. Please.
So we can pause. And I forgot to mention the pause play button also mutes the radio mode too as well. So you got quick mute for radio. So if I turn this off, you should remember where we're at on the MP3 player. Turn it back on.
SD card mode.
Right.
He broke away from me and pushed through the crowd that was no longer interested and scurried away close to the buildings with a kind of frightened dignity, hugging his black case to him.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and stop this. So you got an idea what the MP3 player sounds like. You saw that I was using the set button to change the EQ mode.
He turned away when I realized I was
6 of
still
them.
holding his hat, and I called after him. Hey! He didn't hear me, so I took after him. He was half a block.
So that's pretty neat. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to switch to the radio mode. So over here, first we got Bluetooth.
Bluetooth mode.
So we're in Bluetooth mode. It's pretty simple. Just look for HRD, I think 701. Go to the radio. Turn this down. Now FM reception, I'm just going to hook up a little wire here. We'll do a quick little FM band scan. And then go to shortwave. So FM, expect... So I always go, I have a reception report. I like to test this for sensitivity and selectivity, and I base it on a 5-tier method: fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. Most old school average radios score right in the middle, okay to good, 2.5 star, which isn't bad for my area, for where I live. Suburban, rural Chicago area, USA. Give you an idea. Current time, 11:24 p.m. Central Daylight Time, near Chicago, Illinois. And yeah, so for this radio, it found 68 stations, giving it a good score. Close to good to very good, I would say, on sensitivity. Selectivity was good. I did notice stronger stations bleeding over and kind of wiping out fainter stations. So this radio will do that, unfortunately. So some to watch for. Let's see. The antenna probably holds it back a bit as well. Let's go ahead and here we can hear an FM. So I'm going to turn this up.
Renewable energy expecting to dominate those discussions, but certainly Narendra Modi is a polarizing figure. His visit to Australia.
Autosave and Josie's.
So you can incremental tune.
Budget to go back to school.
Of 18, they sweep the Lakers.
And Wrigley Field next.
And even covered by insurance.
And my soul's warm.
Morning. We'd like to share something with.
Oh, you like that?
More on the site. Pick from the deals they show you and get 750.
It sounds good. Okay, we're gonna go to shortwave here.
Not to make the easy things.
Okay, we can mute it. So cool. Yeah, we'll go to shortwave. That gives you an idea. FM is awesome on here. Works really good. Sounds decent. Like I said, there are a couple stations that might sound a little distorted until they're in tune. Just move your antenna around and they'll come in nice and clear. So let's go ahead and switch it to shortwave.
After a game like
that, the human race is their slave class. They're sick of you. They're sick of you having access.
Okay, that's always fun. I think I did some presets here. So you hit set to access your presets, and then you hit the back and forward buttons.
They are sick. Set.
There's a time signal there. It's kind of sounding funny, isn't it? There we go. So if you get that funny sound, you have to sometimes tune away from it and tune back on it. Now quick tune. See the little flashing icon there? Press this button and it moves And you can tune fast like this.
La vida son generalmente responsables.
And you can go really fast by moving into that, and then you're jumping really quick here through the shortwave band. Whoops, didn't do it quick enough. So there you go, that's how you jump really quick with the quick tune by using this, and you can you fine tune? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it goes to 5 kilohertz. Okay. Nice. Now we'll go back to our set button. There, presets.
Salary, just to heat.
There's Cuba.
But if God exists, He is. And the whole concept of redemption in the Bible is God paid a price to redeem. And the word
that this was a difference in the paint by Lanyard and the huge difference in the score.
Un programa donde la comunidad científica y tecnológica tiene su lugar.
De lunes a viernes a las 9 de la mañana y a las 11 de la noche.
Oh, because we do not care.
Destroying laws, destroying people's financial security and jobs and reputations.
We should never be discouraged.
Okay, good. So you got an idea for the shortwave. Yeah, it's pretty good when you use a wire. When you don't use a wire, you don't find a whole lot, just locals, or not very far. Unless you're outside, it makes a difference. So AM band, and then we got to show you something really quick with the weather band. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit the band button to the, here we go. So expect good locals, semi-locals during the day on the AM band. Not so great for distant stations. Needs a loop. The antenna's at the bottom here under the speaker.
Season. And I mean, I don't want to call it a jerk move. Kyrie Irving can do it up.
Here's Nashville, Tennessee. It has a slow-acting AGC, automatic gain control. If you wait, see the tuning light went on? It'll slowly get louder. So that's 430 miles south.
Trap.
Zoomer. Barely just picking that up. We'll go to our locals.
Till 7 tomorrow morning at Belmont, Recreation Drive, and Irving Park.
WGN.
After a bomb threat was called into an...
Now, work accident, truck accident, collision with an uninsured...
So it gives you an idea.
On the north side of Lafayette Square, across from the White House, a U.S.
Okay, running out of time.
Person posted it.
Like I said, it does good on locals, semi-locals, and strong distance stations at night. KOA, WHAS, coast to coast. We'll be cranking up the volume. This is 880, New York, New York. 750 miles. Might need a loop to bring it in. But
or visit the skills section of your Alexa smartphone app.
WLS Chicago. Let's just see if we got anything else. WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Nice. CBW, ESPN, MVP, Chicago. KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles. And this comes in sometimes real strong. WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles. So now, the fun part. The part we've been waiting for. I'm zooming this up. In our last few minutes on this video, we're going to go to the weather band, which is this is all about. It's weather alert. Here we are.
Memorial Day, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 80s inland.
but only in the lower 70s near the lake.
Hit set, sorry,
This
pause
is
play,
NOAA radio station.
and it goes into alert mode, where it's going through all 7 stations, frequencies, looking for a weather alert tone. There you go. Now this is a slow drain. I believe it's 0.03 of an amp. It's pretty low, 0.030 milliamps. And yeah, it's amazing how low it is. And it's running off this battery. Now it'll eventually run dry. Now you could also run it a different way. I thought was kind of fun. And what I would recommend doing is this. Check this out. So I have a power bank, high capacity, 25,000 milliamp hour. It could charge the battery quite a bit. And this is a fun thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enter low power mode. So it stays running. So I'm going to press and hold until it, there we go, until it climbs up. It's telling me it's going to stay on now for 2 hours. That's usually what they stay on for, 2 hour minimum. So that's not, I mean, maximum. It's not bad. We're going to plug this in. And of course it stays running because the battery is in there and it's showing it's charging. There you are, right? And then we're just going to do this real quick. Yank the battery out. So sweet, no battery. And this radio will operate off the power bank. Beautiful thing. Now you can also plug this into wall power, another source of USB power. Solar panel even probably could do it. So if you were in a situation where this was gone, dead, you can still operate your radio. This will still work. So let's go ahead and show you. Turn it off. Hold it down. There we go. That's where it stopped.
Becoming waves 1 to 3 feet. Thursday night.
There you go.
Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots veering to southeast. Waves 1 to 3 feet. Friday. South winds 5 to 10 knots.
I love that part of it. So we're all done. I'll put this back in. So we save my clock setting.
Saturday. South winds
Awesome.
10 to 15 knots.
Because yeah, if you unplug it, it will remove your clock.
Sheboygan, Wisconsin to
There you are.
Water, Michigan south. West of tonight. East winds 10 to 15 knots becoming
So having weather alerts also awesome, and then weather reports.
Tuesday. Southeast wind 5 to 10 knots.
Okay, cool.
To 10 to
We're off. We're done. That was quite an intense review on the HanRongDa HRD-701. Hope you enjoyed it. Is it better than the 700? I enjoy the party aspect of the 700 because it has these lights that dance here, and it has a lot of different independent lights. I like the shortwave capability here and the direct tuning and knowing exactly where you're at on the dial with the digital display, of course. So it just depends on what your fancy is. I tend to grab my digital one first, though I do like the looks of this. So there you are. HRD-701. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a big like if you did. Of course, say hello to the Radio Geek. Say, hey, what's up, buddy? Definitely subscribe to the bell icon if you haven't already, if you like these little radios. And 3, comment below what you think about National Yellow Radio Day and weather alert radios and this particular one. Do you have one? Do you own one? Do you want to own one now? Do you like it? Do you think it's pretty cool, pretty versatile? It can be a lot of fun. Glad you guys are watching. All right, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.